What is up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. I got trolled on a little bit. Listen, by nature, I happen to be an argumentative type of a person. I try to limit that a little bit on YouTube just because I don't think that's the best light I want to portray myself in, but sometimes people do get the best of me. Now, what I want to do in this video is try to talk about perspective. You know, I've watched several videos. You know, one of the channels that I follow is a channel by the name of Trucker Scooby-Doo, and I've been trucking for years and years and years. He finally, you know, he's been with a few companies, finally got with the company he really likes. He basically leased a truck over there, and he's, you know, doing extremely well, and more than that, he's extremely happy. You know what I'm saying? He's a little bit older than me. I think he might be around that 57 age range. You know, I'm 52. But you have people that are, I call them happiness stealers. And you know what I'm saying? No matter how happy you are or how good you're doing or anything like that, somebody always has something to say. You should be making more money. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. Now, when you start, first of all, comparing yourself to somebody else, it's almost the two situations are never the same. My goal in trucking is not going to be the same as my goal in trucking would be if I was 25 years old. You know, I'm not going to get married to trucking. I'm going to be in, I'm going to be out, you know. At least that's my goal, and things could, you know, be longer or shorter, but I'm not looking at things as a long-term approach. And what ends up happening is truck drivers are so quick to put themselves in different categories to make themselves feel better about themselves that they lose track of what their actual goal is. So what I mean by that is you have owner-operators that are looking down on, or, well, let's put it, you know, we're going to get into what I think a real owner-operator is in another video coming up, but you have people that have their own authority looking down at owner-operators. You got owner-operators looking down on lease operators. You got, you know, lease operators looking down on company drivers, and, you know, to me, it doesn't make sense. It's what you can get out of this. And what really matters isn't how much money you're making, whether you're a company driver or you have your own authority. It's what you do with that money. You know, another channel that I watch that, you know, I really like him, he seemed to be growing a lot, is a trucker named Jay. He did say something in a recent video which I disagree with 100%, where he was saying that making $60,000 a year, he couldn't do anything with it. Now, if he's saying $60,000 a year with his family, I could maybe agree with that, but if he's saying $60,000 himself, then I tend to disagree. In my previous profession as a banker, I have known a lot of people that people's net worths exceed $1 million based on a $60,000 income or less a year. How much money you make in trucking or any other business in life has nothing to do with what you do with it. Now, if you want to impress me, don't come to me and say I made, you know, $8,000 last week, or, you know, made $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 last year. Tell me what you did with that money. Come to me and say, you know what? I knocked out that investment property over there. You know what? I threw a little bit of money over here in some investments. I did something like that. I find that, and I just want this to reach one person. You know, I don't expect a lot of people to necessarily fall into this mindset, but it's greater later. You know, as soon as you start chasing what you want, that just shows a lack of discipline. Like, if as soon as you have money, your first inclination is to go out and spend it, it doesn't matter how much money you're going to make, you're never going to be rich. You know what? You know how many basketball players, football players, I think that there was something that came out that said 78% of professional athletes go bankrupt within leaving their profession, I think within 5 years or something like that. So it's never how much money you have or make, it's what you do with that money. And if I could just get one person to change their mindset on that, any of these videos I'm doing are going to be worth it. You know, I was having a conversation with somebody a while back, and they were saying that they wanted to buy a Hellcat, you know, Charger, something like that. And my thought was, you know, whenever I can, I don't preach it, but I at least try to give my opinion on it and kind of what my thoughts would be on it. And in this conversation, they really had no tangible assets at all, but they're gonna want to buy this Charger Hellcat. Now, the distance between him and what he has and me buying a Lamborghini is about the same distance. I mean, could me and my wife buy a Lamborghini? We could buy a Lamborghini. It wouldn't make sense to buy a Lamborghini, but either liquidating funds or whatever, or arranging the financing would not be hard. It's having the discipline not to do that just because it looks cool that separates people that have money or make money and people that have wealth. So when you get out here in this truck, and trust me, it's going to be easy for you to, you know, a lot of people are coming into this industry where they really haven't made, you know, let's just say this money is new to them, and it's easy to just go out and just buy whatever you want. What I'm gonna suggest is to maybe put that same passion into stocks or something like that, you know. Instead of buying, you know, Nike shoes, buy Nike stock or something like that. Instead of, you know, buy something that you can, or not buy, you don't necessarily have to buy something. Just be passionate about something that's not going to be a waste of money. You know, buying a car, buying a motorcycle, all this kind of stuff. I mean, just, especially if you're going to finance a car, finance a motor, I mean, it's just not the best thing to do. Try to do something with your money that's going to set you up down the road.